Hello, collectives. We're doing a reading, a general reading for the collectives, for the Lightworkers, the Starseeds. Let's start with an animal totem on this one. We invite the correct animal totem to be with us during this reading to help and assist, to protect, support, and guide. Okay. The polar bear, mystic, says, know that challenges make you stronger, have faith when you face adversity, take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Thank you, Polar Bear, for showing up. We're talking about shamanism already. For me, shamanism is healing because that's what the world needs so much of. But it has to do with bridging dimensions and connecting portals, or disconnecting and distancing portals and bridges as needed. But for the most part, it's a restorative, creative, connecting energy. A lot of times it's ancestral. On my path, shamanism is my chosen path and is not necessarily ancestral, although I do work with the ancestors. Okay, let's see what the first card is of the reading. The Nine of Swords. We've seen this one coming up a lot in the readings lately. It's a problem to be resolved. It's asking for new perspective, though, with the sword suits. I see the power of our emotions and how they create magic and create change in the world, and the ability to direct the emotions that we experience. The next card coming up is the Two of Swords. So we have the feeling of wielding power, of wielding intellect, but not necessarily being able to see everything. This suggests the need for trust in oneself and trust in one's intuition. With the Nine of Swords and the Two of Swords together, I'm seeing the depths of spirituality and the difficulty in connecting to the higher realms at times. It requires a lot of work to stay in a higher vibration in today's world and out in society. And sometimes it can be frustrating to go through normal life knowing that there's something greater and knowing that there's some sort of disconnect from the greater picture or the greater reality. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So there is enjoyment. There's enough enjoyment and fulfillment in life to be satisfied and to be happy. But there's still something amiss with the other cards that came up. But even though there is something a little bit off with the way that the physical and the spiritual interact and connect, there's still enough enjoyment in life to make it worth it and to keep us motivated and determined to live and to pursue our passions, to experience. Then we have the Page of Cups. Yeah, this is romance. This is reiterating that balance between the fact that there might be something amiss and there are plenty of things to enjoy and to pay attention to in life. There is a balance here between being a player in the normal reality and being a spiritual being who's frustrated by the way that spirituality is expressed in the world. So I'm just going to keep on going with the reading. The Queen of Wands, this is the authority of the fire energy and being able to wield one's actions, wield one's emotions. Coming up with these two cards here, the two swords cards that came up in the beginning. The Queen of Wands knows how to handle these situations. The Queen of Wands doesn't let the fire energy take the best of her. And if there is a sense of frustration or anger, there is the ability and capacity to maintain peacefulness and calm. And in this case, it's a steady pace, using your fire energy and your action energy in a steady way. Rushing into things if you need to, but that's not the main theme. The main theme is being able to withstand and to direct your actions according to your needs. After the Queen of Wands, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the spiritual guru, the spiritual teacher, that spiritual authority. Right now I'm seeing it as the philosophy that we have that drives our motivations in life, and the need to have a higher spiritual philosophy or belief or set of motivations, something that you would like to achieve or something that you enjoy doing as a central focus here. And I'm seeing it as the resolution to whatever issues are bothering you or plaguing you or keeping you feeling bound or stuck, is to focus more on your true belief set, your true belief structures, and trust your intuition, trust that there's a reason why you pursue what you do, why you like what you like. Accepting your authenticity is really important here, and allowing yourself the power and authority to make actions in your life that you feel proud of, supporting yourself like you support a friend, befriending yourself. The Two of Cups comes up after this. So reiterating befriending and friendly energies. This is the exchange of emotions. So we're also seeing the Caduceus, so there's healing. It's uplifted interactions with others and uplifted relations with others. There may be somebody that you meet that will help you to reinstill your spiritual philosophies. There might be a friend that you can share with in ways that you haven't thought of before. I do see someone coming into your life, most likely in the area of work, but also in the area of friendships. And this is appreciating those interactions and allowing yourself to interact more often, allowing yourself to connect with other people and to believe that there's purpose in connection with others. Being more mindful and purposeful with your connections, and maybe calling in the type of people that you would like in your life, however you do that, whatever your manifestation techniques are, to call in people to connect with into your life, to attract in that love, the new love connections, and to share your spiritual gifts so that you can access, there's something under the surface that you need to access, and it's so that you can access a more profound spirituality and a stronger belief and faith in the spiritual nature of reality. We have the Nine of Wands, the need to take into account everything that's going on, to review your actions. I see a lot of past review, gaining clarity about why things happened a certain way. This will help you with your belief in yourself and your faith in yourself and your spiritual beliefs. And this will help you to trust yourself better, to review what has happened in an uplifting way. Not to get caught in the past, but to take a look at all of the work that you've done and the progress that you've made. There are areas where you've developed maturity without realizing it, and it's time to acknowledge that and to congratulate yourself. The Queen of Pentacles. the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Wands that came up earlier. So we have that fire and the earth energy. This is not the easiest to navigate. Fire and earth, it's not the natural complementary, but they work together well once you know how to handle it. It is being able to, I'd say, withhold your fire energy until the correct time to act, and knowing when the correct time to act is. I see a connection to your gut instinct, to check in with your gut and make sure that you do have a clear channel to your intuition, and that you're making decisive choices for yourself. So even if you feel bored in mundane reality sometimes, maybe take it seriously, but not in a strict way, but take it seriously as in caring about it or caring for it. Taking interest in your day-to-day life, taking interest in the mundane reality, and using that to bridge whatever's keeping you stuck or stifled or whatever you feel is amiss, to take more care of what's going correctly and to open your perspective in that way, and then sharing that optimism with the other aspects of yourself. Don't get stuck in emotion. The Queen of Pentacles does not get stuck in emotion. The Queen of Pentacles knows how to manifest. And emotion is so good. It's so great to emote and to feel things and to feel everything. But sometimes it can be over dramatized, and sometimes it can become kind of like a role that we're acting like, I have to be grieving, or I have to cry, or I have to do this. I'd say focus on letting your emotions come up naturally without getting stuck in them, and become more aware of when strong emotions come up that kind of take over, to maintain an awareness within it, to allow the emotion, but also to feel what's behind the emotion, or see if you can create awareness to feel what's underneath that cry. A lot of this is like good body awareness. But yeah, definitely let yourself feel the emotions, but bring more practicality and more realism to what's going on within everything, to the greater picture. And then the Page of Swords. Act quickly when you feel your intuition. When you feel that strong urge, let yourself act quickly. And then there's advice not to second guess yourself when you're making decisions. Even if you made a decision that seems like it's off or different or didn't line up, trust yourself and trust the overall path and plan of things. And it will do you more good to decide to trust yourself and decide to trust your own actions than to second guess yourself. So trust yourself to act swiftly, even, maybe you're not acting swiftly all the time. Hopefully you're not impulsive in every area of your life, because that can get quite chaotic. But definitely take into account everything that's going on so that you can be impulsive when it comes up, and allow yourself the impulsivity, and then allow yourself and choose to trust yourself. Even if it seems off or seems like a mistake, you need to choose to trust yourself. That doesn't mean you have to continue actions that don't work for you, but it does mean that you trust whatever happens and whatever comes up in your life. Okay, the reading's almost done. I'm pulling a few more cards just to make sure I've covered what needs to be covered, or if there's anything new that needs to be addressed really quickly. We did have a major arcana come up. We have the Judgment card. Who allows you to make your decisions, and where are your decisions based from would be one of the questions. We talked about impulsivity, and then the Four of Swords came up. So there are times when it is appropriate to rest and to wait and to hold back on your impulsiveness. But make sure you understand where your decisions are coming from. And if you're being held back from a decision, ask yourself why. Why are you holding back? Is it because you need the rest and you understand your system? Or is it because other people don't like what you're gonna do? Is it because some outside force is saying no? Or is it because you truly need the rest? There's a lot of energy and movement and momentum. You might move in ways that other people don't quite understand. Sometimes you might do that with quite a lot of strength and force. And it requires that self-trust again. That even if other people doubt you, or even if other people are confused by your actions, to trust your own intuition and to trust your own spiritual nature, your own philosophy, your own path. I think that's about it here. We have, oh, the devil came up as the last card of the reading. Yeah, it's definitely not the central focus. Why did the devil come up at the very end of the reading? There's something hidden under the surface about other people's motives and intentions. Just remember that society has certain programmings that don't really work for everyone all the time. And to continue in your authenticity even when people disapprove. If you're struggling with feeling trapped or feeling caught or feeling tempted, learn how to deal with it in ways that work better for you rather than being your own enemy. Definitely like learning how to navigate your own challenges, and maybe just, it goes back to befriending yourself. It's not allowing harmful attitudes or behaviors. In fact, it's the opposite. You need to rein in the behaviors that are keeping you stuck. But that's not the main focus. I mean, the main focus really needs to be your spirituality, what you're accomplishing, and connecting to the divine aspects of yourself and allowing that connection. A lot of times when we want to connect to our higher aspects, there are forces that try and block us or bring us down. And just to be aware that that happens, like that's a normal thing in our world. Don't let it drag you down, and don't create an extra layer of hating the devil. That just makes things a little bit more difficult. So there's a bit of shadow work. Shadow work to me means learning to befriend the aspects that you might not like about yourself that much. Sometimes there are aspects that we just kind of get bothered with. There might be old family patterns, or there might be things you picked up in school. Usually it's going to be about like doubt and fear and anger. It can be shame and guilt. But don't let the extra layer build where you are angry that you're having troubles with fear, for example. Don't allow yourself to beat yourself up too much, is the message there. So yeah, befriend yourself, trust yourself, connect with other people, connect with your friends, connect with your coworkers, allow your light to shine. People need it. People really need the example. Even if there's not a direct effect right away, people will be affected by your light. And you do have the ability to move the devil out of the way, out of the picture. It's all about your confidence and your spiritual upkeep and being at a place where you're at your best. And treating yourself the best, and then when you're out in life, you're just not bothered. You're not bothered by things. And then you can get your work done really easily. Good, great reading. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your presence, and I hope to see you in another reading.